I really do think sometimes these toy companies are actively trying to lose my business. Hey folks, should be pretty obvious what this is going to be about. But let's go through some introductory stuff. Okay, toy landscape is changing. My viewpoints are changing on certain brands. Let's just talk a little about it. G.I. Joe Classified was always a novelty to me. It was kind of fun having characters in a larger scale. However, the price of $25, I knew I was getting overcharged, and I acknowledged I was getting overcharged, and I just kind of went, okay, that's fine. But then they went up to $27. I'm like, nah, now I'm really getting overcharged. $27.99, excuse me, actually $28. I'm like, nah, I'm really getting overcharged. The same thing with Star Wars The Black Series. Again, these are not worth $27. Especially when you factor in so many issues with them. You want to collect them? It's your business. You do you. I was always more of a 1/18 guy with Joe and Star Wars, so with that in mind, stopping with the 1/12 is not a big deal. Sorry, there was a fly there. I don't know where that came from. And then you have Marvel Legends. I mean, I'm really just looking at the characters I don't have, which are not many, although they sure as shit brought out a bunch this past couple of reveals. I mean, I'm impressed. I really am impressed that you guys found so many characters that I would be willing to buy in both the Build-A-Figure wave and the retro wave. That's very impressive. So, give them credit on that, but, you know, inevitably, I learned to speak in a minute, inevitably. Jesus fucking Christ. Forget it. You know they're going to just start putting out the same old anyway. So, I'm not too uptight about it. Imports and such, I so rarely buy any imports, it's not a factor. And if I do, it's a very special occasion. I may try to get that CT Toys Daredevil, that looks pretty cool. I don't want the Moth X, that's too expensive. There's the Iceman to consider because I need a good Iceman. But, you know, I know the Secret Wars one's coming out, but it's the same problems with the previous one in the retro line. It's not really working for me. So, there are those. So now comes the elephant in the room. These guys, they priced me out first. Then I said, maybe I'll get one or two. And then they hit the other thing, my integrity. So, in case you have not heard, basically Fresh Monkey Fiction has partnered up with the Fwoosh. For those that don't know, the Fwoosh, a couple of years ago, 2.5 years ago, solicited some Ninja Scroll figures. They were treated as a pre-order. If, you know, so many get funded, they charge it, they go to production. It's kind of like a pre-order crowdfund. Kind of like the made-to-order stuff that Hasbro's doing now. So, with that, they're doing skeletons. Fwoosh skeletons, yeah, they were good. But Fwoosh still owes a lot of people a lot of money. I am not one of those people because I've seen Ninja Scroll. I wasn't that interested in getting action figures from it. And honestly, you know, I didn't like that model anyway. So, yeah, I went for that model for Mephisto, but, you know, it's Hasbro, it's a lot bigger company, and they're not charging me till it comes in, so, you know, yeah, different model. But this is, you know, I had some in debate mode on Monster Force, because it's like, they are good figures. The premise is okay. You know, it's not terrible. I've seen a lot worse in my day. Now, in some ways, you know, it kind of writes itself. There's not really a whole lot of imagination going on. But that's okay. It doesn't have to be a lot of imagination. But, again, the problem becomes my goddamn stupid integrity. You know, why do I have to have integrity? Well, because that's who I am. And, I mean, I cannot support a company who is knowingly supporting another company that has ripped people off. That simple. I can't buy any Monster Force now. Some people have chosen just to not buy the skeletons. That's okay. At least you're standing on principle in some respect. I'm a little further than that. I can't do it. It's just a thing for me. If I know somebody has ripped somebody off purposefully, not accidentally, not circumstantially, you know, circumstances happen, and, you know, that is a factor. But this, without anything being spoken, is seeming to be purposeful. And until they speak up, we have to assume it's purposeful, because we don't know what's happening. The lack of communication is hurting their reputation. You have to assume the worst in that case. I know that sounds a little bit extreme. Maybe it is. I don't think it is. I think it's perfectly logical. Because then, if you do find out something different, well, it's better than the result you were thinking. Because, you know, I mean, at the same time, you have this company. Prices are going down. I mean, and say what you will about Bobby's attitude, I've never caught the man in a lie. Now, some people have tried to catch him in a lie, and, well, they're being very disingenuous. But I cannot cite you a moment that I know that he lied. I've seen him withhold information, not because he's trying to hide something, but because it's still in design phase, it's still not hit production, blah, blah, blah. You know, I mean, he's not telling us what Series 7 is. Right? I mean, that kind of thing. Why not? Because he's not finished with it. He's still working on it. That's not the same thing as, oh, I'm going to raise your prices up because I can. Now, we've not heard anything from Animal Warriors of the Kingdom or Savage Crucible on prices yet. Just wait and see on that one. I know they're going to honor the prices for the Kickstarter. They've already proven they'll do that. So, that I'm not worried about. Little wondering about what comes next down the road. I'm just keeping an eye out. But, right now, both Harbinger can't talk today. Harbinger Studios and Valaverse have earned my trust. Now, I will say, there's some companies out there who've lost my trust. And there's a couple, I think I want to make another video on it another time, because I want to give a little bit of time for people to react to this Fwoosh situation and kind of see what a lack of communication does. Because obviously it erodes trust, and it erodes integrity. And I'm at that point now where I'm too old for this shit. I ain't got time. I ain't got time for this. Oh, I'm sorry, we were stuck in production for 2 years. No updates whatsoever. I mean, and it doesn't even affect, and that's the other thing I think is very disingenuous. Is people will go, well, it doesn't even affect you. You didn't order it. And I'm like, yeah, but it's still showing some problems with integrity. And as much as people keep trying to support Monster Force, one thing you got to point out. Veteran William, right back there. Remember when they did him? And how it wouldn't stand on its own? There you go. I mean, I heard a lot of people complaining about that figure. But now I got the original. And I think he works pretty well. So, just saying. I almost bought that figure from Fwoosh Monkey Fiction because he looks like a cool figure. But I did not, and I'm kind of glad I got them waited until Jeff's giveaway. Or rather, my wife waited. And then I got it. And I was just like, so, I did a video on that when I got it. I have not posted that at all. I need to do that. That's pretty crazy that I never posted it. I don't know why. I didn't edit it, I just recorded it. It just occurred to me just now. I need to do that. But it sucks to have integrity because it gets you into these things. And I mean, again, I know people are going to sit here and say, that doesn't affect you. It's not, you didn't order it. And I was like, why the hell do I didn't order from Megaopolis and DNA Toys. Does that mean I don't feel anything for the people who did? And does that mean I'm a little suspect about it? I'm a little suspect about them still making toys? When did toys make everyone stupid? I mean, there are people in this world, and I've met lots of them, who will take you for everything you have. And the naivety of people in the toy space, it kills me, because it's like, no man, we just all want to have fun. No, every walk of life will have sections that want to take everything you've got. Airwolf, sound familiar? I mean, seriously. Now, did the guy who did Airwolf intend to rip people off? I like to think not, but you never know. I like to think maybe they got in over their head, but you know what? There's a strong possibility that's not the case. But yeah, even still, the fact that Fwoosh Monkey Fiction did not do any research into who they were dealing with says a lot to me. I can't support that company. I can't support a company that's going to support someone knowingly who has a very questionable business practice. Where are you, Fwoosh? You need to speak. Because the longer you let this go silent, and I know what it is. It's that you don't want to deal with the backlash. You don't want to deal with the negativity. Because that's what the Fwoosh is. There is no negativity. Until there is. And right now, you need to step up and speak up. Do that, I might consider looking at those skeletons again. But I don't think they will. Because that's what they were. I talked to Jersey Maniac about Fwoosh. And, you know, that's what we all said. Was they were all positive. Except when they weren't. They had their negative moments. And, yeah, okay. But they don't want to say anything negative. They don't want it to be shown. Bullshit. You need to address it. And get it the fuck over with. Pull the band-aid off quick. Meantime, I guess I can argue I'm saving money. That's a plus, right? I suppose.